Welcome back, crypto traders and investors, to another video in the Jomo's crypto trading channel. I am Jomo. Today we're going to discuss a coin that I've already talked about in this channel, but in a different perspective. Right now, we're in the midst of a correction within the crypto cycle. You don't need to be a clairvoyant or someone special to understand that everything is on hold. And in these times, this is when you want to start digging in to find whether you already found or not either the next opportunity or how to capitalize best on the next opportunity. So for today, what I have for you is a video about GTAI, one of the most talked about AI coins, at least in my channel, how you can capitalize on the next move. And you know what? Should you capitalize, or are there other coins that may be better for an investment and for a trade? Stay tuned until the end. First, what I want to discuss about is the coin itself. Now, I'm not going to sell you whether or not this coin is something that you should or should not buy. This is up to you to decide. However, I'm going to show you why this might be a good option. And we're going to start with looking at coin market cap, because in coin market cap, you can get some sense of the fundamentals and some technicals that are on spot for a coin that you want in order to hold it for the next wave of opportunities. As you can see right out of the bat, the first thing that I like to look at is the market cap itself. Now, why do I like looking at the market cap? No, not because I care whether it's a big cap, mid cap, or micro cap. I don't think that matters. Well, it does matter if you have a liquidity issue. But what I do think is that the more underfollowed a coin is, the better it is. Now, there is a sweet spot. Some of you might argue that, number 938 with only a 16 million market cap, quite low. And I would agree. However, you can see that the traded volume is number 310. So that is what helps me understand, all right, this coin is down the bottom of the chain, page number 10, but volume, it's page 4. And that is something that I think is worth noting, mostly when we are in this type of correction. So this is a very good thing. Now, circulating supply, of course, is an issue. So we don't hold a big position of this, but yes, we want to trade it. And yes, we want to take some profits along the way. You want to leave a runner, but you will continue adding and selling. And that depends in your risk tolerance and the way you want to behave as a trader. Do you want to behave shorter term, capitalize on concentrated position, or just and take faster profits, or just sit on a smaller position for the longer term? It's really up to your appetite, right? Now you can see that this is the chart. We're going to see the chart better on the trading view chart, but as you can see, this is a novice coin that was only went out in February, and so only 2 months old. This is good. This is another thing that you want to know. Not only this is an underfollowed asset, this as well is a novice asset. Now, of course, I forgot to mention that this is from the AI sector, right? It's an AI sector, and that's critical. Why is it critical? Because I would argue that it is better to hold a coin from a hot sector, even if it's a worse entry or a poor entry to it, than to hold something from a poor sector or a not moving sector, not hot, with a better entry. Why? Because the sectors and the industries, they are at least 60 to 70% of what pushes the price, because they bring on all the hype. And as you know, hype is everything in trading and in crypto overall. All right. So this is it for fundamentals. Let's take a look a bit on the markets. And as you can see, no, I just want sexes for now. And we can see over here that volumes are quite low right now, unless you are in GTAI. Volumes, HTX has 9 million. So most of the volume is in HTX. If you're trading it on Bybit or on Mexi or on KuCoin, lower volumes. So I would argue, if you want to trade it or accumulate it, yes, you can do it in those exchanges, and they are good. Those exchanges are good. These exchanges are good, but mostly in HTX. Why? I don't know. Sometimes some exchange has a more of bias towards a coin, but I've seen this traded at least 3, 4, 5, 6 times the volume on the other exchanges once the wave have started. So to summarize the fundamental part, this coin is in one of the best sectors. So meme coin and AI coins and RWAs are the best sectors right now. I would argue restaking might be a good sector, but these are the sectors, hot sectors, and you want to focus on hot sectors. This is a novice coin. When we deal with novice coins, novice projects, they have higher potential than things that are already in the market for a while. Why? Just because of price discovery and because they are less followed. As I said, they're underfollowed, volumes are less, and once it picks interest, it can take a lot of interest. Now, what I want to show you now is the technical part or the price action part of this video. And stay tuned, because I know some of you don't like technical analysis, but hey, I would argue that technical analysis is just like a röntgen for human body, all right? A röntgen or EEG for the brain, whatever. Same thing, the charts are for an asset. You can see on the chart things that you cannot understand without looking at charts, right? You need to understand it. That's why we couple some of the fundamental analysis, which makes you more negative or positive about an asset, and then you look at the technicals to see how you can pinpoint the entry and pinpoint the exit to the best possible way. So moving on to the chart side, the technical side. So here we have the chart of GTAI, and let me just reiterate what I said on the fundamentals that will slide us into these technicals. So this chart is a novice chart. You can see the inception was January 26 or January 25, better to be exact. So it's a novice chart, right? GTAI, this is an AI protocol, and of course number 10 in coin market cap. However, number 3 in volume wise, right? Impressive. This means that there is interest around this coin. Now, you already had a first run. So we had a wave that we all know that happened. We traded it on this channel, and if you look at the description or just wait until the end of the video, you'll just get another video that is related to this one that you will be able to watch once we talked about it for a trade. But just for you to understand, we took the trade around over here, the 2.80. Was it over here, the 2.80, and then we rode it up until around the $5, and that was a good trade. Was it an amazing trade? No, but it was a trade. It made around 40% for us, so we are happy campers about this. But that wasn't its time to shine just yet. In contrast to other AI coins like AGIX, like FET, like AIOZ, another coin that we took as a trade in the channel, this didn't had its moment to shine just yet, but it has shown that there is interest in it. Now, what I want you to understand, and this is the important part of the technical part of this video, is that right now GTAI is probably about to paint something really classic. Okay, and that is the classic market cycle psychology pattern. Let me show you how that looks like. It's very well known, very well documented. I did not invent this, and you don't need to be a rocket scientist in order to understand this. This is the archetype of the psychology of a market cycle, either in a market itself or in an individual asset. I traded this type of trade many times in the past. Today I'm not focused on this as much because I like to be more concentrated on my trades, but I still do every now and then entertain the ability to get into trades early thanks to this. All right, now again, this is known, this is very well known, very well documented. Many YouTubers talked about it. Now, do they understand how to use it? I'm not sure. However, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about the stages of the cycle. I just want to talk about where we are right now, potentially. All right, we are potentially in this anger area. All right, maybe gonna get to a bottom, find the bottom, and then continue to depression, and then disbelief, and the disbelief right over here will get us back over here. As you see, this belief here takes us back to another cycle. Now if you go and take a look just a little bit on GTAI, this looks quite similar, right? Quite similar. What I see that might happen, all right, is that we get some sort of a capitulation. This is the, you know, the anger phase, and then we go and get the disbelief rally over here, and then after we get the disbelief rally, we might, you know, either continue some furthermore. I don't know how long until we need to there, but then we'll get a new cycle. That's what I think will happen in GTAI. Why? Because I believe that the market has more merit to continue. Right now, I don't want to dig too much on this, but what you want to do if you are interested in GTAI as a coin, and if you want to accumulate this, is try to find this area, all right, of capitulation, buy it over here, or buy it every time that you get to these levels, the 1.70, the 1.80, just accumulate it slowly but surely. Each time buy a little bit, and when it breaks out of this level, right, let's say that this is the level, because this is where a resistance kind of put its mark around the $2.5. Once it breaks the $2.5, that's maybe when you want to add a little bit, and that's where you want to really start noticing the coin after you accumulated it and trying to figure out when you can add more into it like a trade. And that's how we go into base counting and base trading, VCP, and so on and so forth, and you can learn that from our channel. But for now, what you want to focus on, all right, is one, whether or not this coin interests you. And I would argue that this is an interesting coin. Yes, you have alternatives like AIOZ, which has really had a lot of momentum and might continue, and of course bigger coins like AGIX and FED, which might be another good investment. However, this is underfollowed, and I would argue that if this moves, if this will pick interest, because we don't know if it will, right? If it will, because it is in the right sector, all right? It is in the right sector. It has supposedly good fundamentals around it. There was interest on this in the past, all right? So if you do think this is what you want to invest in for the longer term, this is how you want to play it. And once this will break the disbelief, we'll create more videos for you to learn how to add to your position and when to sell, because don't forget, selling is an important part of making money. Don't hold it forever, because hey, if you hold it forever, 99% of the coins and assets will go bust. So you don't want to hold it forever. You want to know when to sell it. All right, everyone. I really hope that you liked the knowledge and information I tried to pass on you today. A free way to really help me to improve and to grow is to just like this video, comment for me in the section below. Just tell me, what do you think about GTAI, whether or not you think this is a good investment, or if you have another coin you want to suggest. Push that bell notification for me to get the notification. And of course, if you feel that you want to really push through in your trading, you can go in the description or in the first comment section below and go and check our trading service. For less than $1 a month, you can get my knowledge. Check it out. Until next time, no edge, no trade. Cheers, everybody.